Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Football, where we have the Storm taking on the Tigers in what's a real important clash in the scheme of this season. Not too many weeks to go here. Both of these teams in the top eight. Going to be really interesting to see what happens. We're in Wagga Wagga, McDonald's Park, and ain't we loving it at the moment? I am Snicko Bro, joined by AMAC. AMAC, what do you have to tell me about Wagga?
Wagga is an absolute gem of a city.
That's a lie.
It's just north of Victoria, and no one really wants to go down there. And it's still within New South Wales. Home of Mark Nichols, wonderful place. The crowd absolutely loves their footy here, so I think they're tuned in for an excellent night tonight, Snicker.
Yeah, Wagga Wagga actually has a youth detention centre as well from memory, so maybe they let a few of the delinquents out to watch the game. I actually think a few of those delinquents play for the Storm and the Tigers are ex-cons. But anyway, Luke Thompson's going to kick us off here. And just quickly before we go, what's your take on this game?
Well, this game could go either way. It's a real top of the table clash. The real big difference, I suppose, we've got Robbo Mobiston moving into second row for the Tigers, coming over from the Broncos. So whether that's something that can really give the Tigers an edge is yet to be seen tonight, Snicker.
Yeah, of course. That famous trade happened last week. I was actually a fan of Ash Crutcher in the 12 for the Tigers. I know Mobiston's good, long-time player, but I just liked how the Tigers had extra speed in the second row for the whole 80 minutes. So it'll be interesting to see how Mobiston goes here as Bell makes the first sidestep of the game, almost a line break. There was a bit of controversy in SRL chat as to who won that trade, and I think it's pretty fair both ways, in all honesty, as now Kobe Kelly gets the line break into the centres this week as well, Kobe Kelly. So we'll have to see how that works out throughout the game. But a good set for the Storm first up. They go left now to equip with it, and he puts a little punt downfield, goes down to Ben O'Donnell, who gets caught daydreaming there, I guess you'd say. Just didn't run onto that ball, and a pretty good set to start the game from the Storm.
And this is one of those real big strengths of the Storm. If they can kick you deep and pin you in the corners, they're a long way towards winning the arm wrestle. As we see just there, a pass just out of nowhere, and the Storm might have their first attacking kick coming up very shortly.
Yeah, good line break there from Riley Murray, but he just literally threw it away. Storm with a good intercept, and you're right, Storm on the attack now. Second tackle, 25 metres out from the line. And quick with it, he's had a lot of touches early. He goes inside to Will Kay, and I think the battle of the captain's going to be a big one here. Will Kay versus Riley Murray. They were both in the Storm leadership team that year. They won the comp, and of course now Riley Murray has moved on to the Tigers. So a bit of personal feelings in this one, I believe, as Bonskar, who plays it on the fourth tackle now to the Storm. Thorne delays from him, and then goes left inside ball to Will Kay, but David Barner just bumped him backwards there. No meters there for Will. Fifth tackle now. There's going to be a kick coming. It looks like Bonskar, who's sitting deep, and he does. He puts up a bomb. It's pretty well placed. Might be a touch too deep. Can they get it back? They can't. Kobe Kelly comes down with it and gets tackled in goal. Man, Kobe Kelly came real close to a try there.
Yeah, Kobe Kelly is probably fighting tonight to get his wing spot back after Kay pulled the trigger and moved him to centre after a couple of weeks of not bad form, but just average winger performance. And already he's had a great line break and a real close attempt at scoring there. So good things so far from Kobe Kelly.
Yeah, I was actually interested to see that switch because we saw the statistics for the wingers come out late last week, and Kobe Kelly didn't actually look too bad. I know the eye test says he isn't doing a whole lot, and I've watched a few Storm games, and I'd agree with Will that he hasn't had the impact that he can have. But then you compare him to some of the other players in the competition, and he's actually above average almost. So yeah, interesting that they've moved him. Is Mata'us just goes way too far downfield here, and look, it was a big kick, and it's put the Storm in the half, but they're going to have a 7 tackle set to get out of this one.
And considering that he was on the 30 when he kicked that was an absolute rocket of a kick. So the Tigers now are going to have to rely on their defence here, or the Storm will be knocking right where they were last set.
Yeah, I can't see any trees around, but maybe there's a bit of left to right breeze there or something. I'm not sure because, yeah, Mata'us, he put the boot into that one. It just kept going. As now Matt Oldfield gets the little line break. They've really worked that right edge so far. Kobe Kelly first, and now Oldfield down there with line breaks. So the Storm, they've found out where they want to target, and that's exactly where they're going. And now Bell doubles up. Riley Murray jumps in his back. That's almost a try saver because Eli Barnes was in the tackle from the tackle before, and he wasn't at home. And now Mav Oldfield gets back in the field, and he goes through again. So that's 3 line breaks in 3 plays for the Storm. They've turned one on here this set. Fourth tackle now. They're going to have 2 cracks at the line. Can they get a cheapy little barge over? Will Kay goes to Phoenix Murphy, and he can't get there, but they're in a good shape for a kick here. I think it's going to be with it who does it. And no, he 2 passes out to Kay, and he puts up a bomb. That's well placed. And they get the bat back, but there's no one there. And so Tim James is away now. Oh, great tackling cover. I thought we were going to see Tim James go the field, Mac.
Tim James, he probably, if he had a little bit more speed, he probably would have been able to get away there, but real worrying signs there from the Storm. They got a little bit confused on that last little kick there, and I suppose Corey Bell just wasn't in the right place at the right time. So their defense, again, is phenomenal right here, and they're looking like they're going to trap the Tigers well within their own half.
Yeah, it looks like they will. It's been a great set so far in attack. In defence, sorry, from the Tigers, and they go across field now. It goes down to Ben O'Donnell, and he runs out. So that's worrying for the Tigers. That's 3 sets where they got to their kick twice, and twice it resulted in errors, and that's not good.
That almost could have worked out if O'Donnell had got around. I remember a game last season where the Warriors did that exact same
Cooper
kick.
Gronk.
Yeah, Cooper Gronk, and he grabbed it, got around. It was actually against the Broncos, got around one of my players, and then off down the field to score. So the Tigers, it looks like they're not here to play conservative. They're going to try everything, and unfortunately, when you try everything, not everything works out.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They are trying everything, and yeah, you're right. Not everything is working out, and it's left the Storm with a few chances early in this game, but they're yet to capitalise. So full credit to the Tigers' defence as now Will Kay gets to run, and we're yet to see him, or I think it's Wilmot in the 8, really have a big bust through the middle yet. It's been mostly the outside back, so if they start cooking, there's going to be danger signs. As now TBK gets a little run. He was quite a bit flat-footed, but he made the most of it. Now they're going left, and there's Wilmot. Oh, and he gets hit and drops the ball straight into the waiting arms of Will Kay, and that's a knock-on that the Storm did not need to have there.
No, and 10 minutes in, still 0-all. I think the frustrations are going to start getting to both of these teams because both of these teams are used to scoring early and scoring quickly, and it's just not happening for them tonight.
Yeah, these are two sides that you're exactly right. They know how to find the try line. It's turned into a bit of a slugfest so far this game as James gets to offload to Murray. That's vice-captain to captain there. And they pinch off an extra 5 metres. It was a good little offload there from James, and we saw how good he was in the stats. It's actually him versus Kay in the 2 top statistical locks battling off tonight, and I know Kay wants that number 1 spot back after his MVP run last season. As now Cyrus Marks gets it down the left-hand edge. First time we've caught his name tonight. He's the one that can really be a game breaker for this Tigers side as they're going to play it. They go right now to Matthews, and he puts up a bomb. That's pretty well placed. Eli Barnes is going to be looking for the tap back, and that's exactly where they go. But Barnes is wrapped up. The Storm, they're wise to that trick.
Yeah, if that tap back had gone straight to Barnes, I reckon he would have been in, but he had to reach down and grab it from about around his legs. So that knocked off some of his momentum, and the Storm, they've got one of the best line defense stats in the league. So as Wilmot breaks off down the line.
Yeah, he just put big man on his backside there, and that's exactly what we were talking about. A big break from one of their forwards just to get this Storm team really punching downfield. Now they go to Far Philly, and he's unable to make a significant contribution to this meterage, but still an important one nonetheless. As now TBK looks, and he goes right to the line before he throws a pass. I thought he was almost through there, actually, a big dummy. We would have seen him racing downfield as Guys plays it. And now it's back out to Far Philly again. And what do you think about Logan Guys, AMAC, moving out of that right second row? He's been there for a long time. He sort of flips between that left and right second row for the Storm, and he's in the number 10 here tonight. As O'Donnell goes downfield, wait a moment. Ben O'Donnell has just gone straight through 2 players here. Bell's catching him slowly but surely. Can he get that pass the way he can't? But now the Tigers are right on the attack, and we'll go back to Logan Guys in a moment. AMAC as Mav Keller plays it. He goes right to Luke Thompson. He goes to Tim James. This is the first chance the Tigers have really had to camp up on the line. Going to be very interesting to see what happens as Riley Murray plays it.
And James, almost across Barner. 2 meters out. 4th tackle. Across to Thompson. Quick ball out to Barnes. Can Barnes push over? No, he's on his back. But the Tigers have got 1 kick left, and this will be their first real attacking kick. So good chances here if the Tigers can nail this kick. Thompson, high, over to the wing. Aki grabs it, but TBK is there, smothers it with some great defense. And the Storm working out of their own half now. Wilmot trying to barge up the front, but the Tigers, they're working into this game. It's taken them about 15 minutes, but they seem to be getting the edge over the Storm here. And that's worrying signs here if you are a purple fan. And there's the man. Guys, we were talking about him earlier, moving into the 10 out of the second row. I liked him there at second row, but that is kind of why Guys works as a prop. He's got a little bit more speed, a little bit more mongrel in him, and he can break the line just like that as Farfili breaks up, passes a beautiful ball to Wilmot, and he's off. And if it wasn't for Tim James there, not Tim James, sorry, if it wasn't for Barnes, I think that was. No, my mistake. Anyway, kicked high, tapped back, and the Storm are over for their first 17 minutes in for some glory dive there from Corey Bell. And now, if you are a neutral watching tonight, this has been an absolutely exceptional game so far, full of some attacking brilliance, but mostly defined by its defence. And it was only from some of those wonderful Storm breaks up the middle with their forwards that they were able to get in the position where they were and ice it how they tried to about 10 minutes earlier. So TBK lining up. Good kick, shapes it well, and it's over, and it's currently 6-0 Melbourne Storm's way, 18 minutes in, and we're soon going to have some of those prop changes. Now, looking at the bench, this is going to be a very interesting matchup. With the Storm coming in, Mason Remy and Hopsgood coming off the bench, and they're being met by the powerhouse of Lillard and Keane coming in, so it's going to be a really good, measured, I think, match between these bench forwards, and we probably won't have any lessening of intensity because of it. So the Storm working their way up, and Kay is absolutely mashed right into the ground there. No love lost between his previous vice-captain's team and his current team right now. It's Farfili working his way to the 40. Fourth tackle. Do we see a 40-20 attempt? Good pass out to Kay. Boots it deep. Doesn't have the angle, and it's over. So much like Mateus earlier in the match, Kay's boot rockets down the field, and Snicko's idea of a cross breeze might bear some fruit. The Tigers, 7-tackle set. What can they do with it? Murray on the inside, breaks the line, gets up to Bell. I imagine there's a couple of words being said right now between Bell and Murray, but the game goes on. First tackle, Keller out to Mateus. McKinnon had a bit of a quiet week last week. McKinnon hoping to bounce back from that Origin hangover. Passing out to Mobberston. First touch of the ball. Robbo Mobberston, one of the OGs. Third tackle. McKinnon out to Marks. Marks pushed back. Storm not giving them an inch of field here. Brown out to McKinnon again. Pushing forward. Not quite getting to that attacking zone, but a good set nonetheless from the Tigers as we pass it out to Mateus. Cheeky little punt down the side, and Oldfield returns it. Tries to get around Barnes, but makes good meterage nonetheless. 19 minutes left in the half. With it, breaks the line. Trying to negotiate through the middle there, trying to get past that line of defence because Barnes was not home. Remy working his way up. Storm bench on, powerful. Farfili breaks the line. The Tigers having a bit of trouble keeping these forwards out of their field right now. Fourth tackle. Bell steps through the line, but some good cover defence is able to stop him from getting any further because a race between Bell to the line and Barnes there could have gone either way. EBK high up in the air. Archie grabs it, tries to get around, but there's just too big a storm wave there. And the Tigers, camped in their corner, are going to have to fight their way out. Jeff Keane off the bench. Good, strong run. Second tackle. Lillard. Again, good, powerful run, but they're only really getting about 5 or 6 metres off each of these runs, and the Tigers, they need to do a bit more to get out of their half. Give it to Barnes. 35 metres out, fourth tackle. Kick. Another mammoth kick there from Mateus, but Bell is right in the right place to grab it. But the cover defence, the chasers, they're there, and they're able to keep them just 30 out from the line. Hop's good. Good ball out to Remy. Storm bench props are linking up. Got to the 40, second tackle. Kay powering up the middle. Forwards doing a lot of work here for the Storm, giving the backs a rest. Maybe going to try some trick plays later on in the half as Farfili again, another strong run up to the 40. And there's our first real proper penalty of the night. And this is not what you want to see if you're a fan of the orange and black. The Storm invited well into the danger zone, well into the red zone here, and they've got 5 tackles to see what they can do to make this scoreline balloon out just a little bit. As Farfili is the first forward to hit up the line. 25 out, first tackle. Murphy back on the inside to Bell. Bell well within the pocket, and there's that race to the line I was talking about. Barnes gets him though. So close to the line. Short ball out to TBK, and that's enough. That'll do it. As long as he's got the ball down, TBK has put another one on the Tigers, and it's about to be 10. Barring some crazy wind here, 12-0. And there we go, it's a try. So TBK, take a bow. That's another one in the ledger there for the Storm. And it must be said, TBK had a lot of work to do there. He was trying to bust through Samuel Lillard, one of the biggest, strongest props in the league at the moment. And somehow he was able to just get enough over and pump those legs with Lillard on his back, somehow. The score under that dot and guarantee that the Storm, 27 minutes into the half, are leading 12-0. So the question is, what do the Tigers need to do to drag this back? They saw last week that they're able to stay in the fight for quite a long time. It was about 0-0 against Manly up until about the 35, 36 minute mark. So the Tigers, they've got the pack, they've got the strength there. Unfortunately, they've fallen asleep now and then on defence. So if they can bring back that defence they saw in the first 10 minutes of the game, they might be able to force an error here and keep the Storm from putting another one on the board. As Hopsgood breaks the line. One of the promising young forwards of the league, working wonders down in the mines with some of the teams he's mentoring down there, doing good both on and off the field. Farfili out to TBK, out to Hopsgood again, but he's smashed for his troubles there by Lillard, and he is going nowhere. Okay, good ball out to Farfili. Second run of the set there for Farfili, and the Tigers, despite some strong attack there from the Storm, are able to put some defence together, and not a very good kick there from TBK. But he's able to make up for that little error with some good defence. And Keller breaking up through the line, stopped there by Corey Bell, but a good start to the set here from the Tigers. Second tackle. Some down the short side there from Mobiston to Archie. Down the tram tracks, 40 metres out. Thompson, long ball out to Mataus, hits the line, falls down, 34 metres out. Fourth tackle. Thompson to Mobiston pushing forward. They might be close enough for an attacking kick, but I wouldn't be surprised if he hits it high. Archie comes up with it and unfortunately gets turned around and runs the wrong way. So a good set from the Tigers. They're slowly starting to work their way back into it, but they need more of that. As Remy takes the first hit up. First tackle. Ooh, line ball there, and Archie picks up the lollies, and the Tigers are well within their rights to score at the end of this set here. As Thompson runs up 30 metres out. It just shows, even if momentum's against you in the SRL, if you can force an error, you're in. It's Keane, runs, passes back on the inside to Keller. Keane almost made it. Almost. Great to see from bench prop. Barnes out to Mataus. Risky line ball to McKinnon. McKinnon 3-4 metres out. Third tackle. Back across to Mataus. Just takes the hit up, pushes forward. Almost gets to the line. Oh, Remy. He's off, and the forward is pumping those legs, but they stop him. I think everyone and his dog could see where that ball was going, and Remy just took the chance he could when he could, as Bell works his way to the 50. Second tackle. Kelly off to Thorne. Long ball out to Thorne. Hopgood works his way up to his 40. How is that crowd down there, Snicker?
I'm back. What did I miss?
You missed another try there from the Storm.
So what's that? Right, we're still
12
playing.
Yep,
Sorry,
still playing.
I thought we were at half time already. Yeah, no, the crowd crazy. I mentioned those juvenile delinquencies. Now K goes straight through. Looks like Storm have really kicked up since I was being accosted in that crowd. I won't go down there again. Wagga Wagga. A place so nice they named it twice, but don't tell the inhabitants. They're a bit rough and ruly. Is that emblematic of how the Tigers have gone since I was away? Because that was not impressive, Mac.
Well, the Tigers, they've had their chances so far, and it's unfortunate here and there that a couple of lapse mistakes, a couple of penalties, maybe a bit of sleeping defence has been inviting the Storm into their half, and unfortunate. He would have been in.
TBK's over though.
There he is. That's
TBK
2 for TBK.
Scored. 2 for TBK, right. Was the other one
TBK.
Great try assist from a quick with it. We both thought he was in, and yeah, Luke Thompson just couldn't bring him down there. Neither could Tim James with those blackout arm sleeves. And that's going to be 18-0, you think, going into half time. And Finn's up in the background. How good is that? Haven't noticed that they're around the stadium yet, so props to the designer. But yeah, like you mentioned, the Tigers, they've sort of shot themselves in the foot there.
And TBK scoring exactly how he scored his first try earlier in the match, but instead of having to carry Lillard over this time, he only has to carry Thompson. So TBK, considering the type of game he had last week, that was probably something he'd want to forget. He's having a bit more of a breakout game tonight, Snicker.
Well, he is the incumbent of Blues 5'8", so you got to hope that he can, get some runs on the board eventually, and that's exactly what it looks like he's been doing tonight. As Thompson's going to kick off for the fourth time this game, I believe now, and that's starting to creep up quietly and quickly. The Storm have put on points in a rather fast fashion. So it's going to be up to the Tigers now. 6 minutes before half time. Are they any chance of scoring, AMAC? Any danger?
Oh, they've had a couple of chances, and they were really, really close in their last set. But a beautiful Remy intercept, literally half a centimetre off the line, was enough to get the Storm down the other end and in attacking position just then.
Yeah, well, Remy, of course, he's playing in that 14 this week. He's been the starter for the majority of his time at the Storm, and yeah, Will Kay demoted him. So I guess he's trying to win his place back on that starting 13. As now, there he is, the man himself. The Storm just look to work their way out of trouble, and it's Hopgood who does so. He's going to play just about on the 50-metre line. And it's been a good set after points so far from the Storm. Phoenix Murphy, he looked like he wanted a little heartbreak there, but Mav Keller just got him up top and brought him down. A little bit of help there from Lillard, I think it is. And now the Storm are going to have a chance to punt. Quick with it's there, and that's where they go. And he's going to go downfield to Ben O'Donnell, who's been pretty good so far this season. He's been one of those wingers that, he knows how to make a break, but that's what's been happening. The fullback just seems to wrap him up more often than not, and that's exactly what Corey Bell's done there.
And it's interesting enough that Corey Bell so far has been the fullback that stood out. I've not really seen Barnes do much more than slot into the hooker role every now and then. So if the Tigers want a bit more out of this match, they need to get their star number one firing again.
Yeah, he heard you. You called his name and straight away with a little line break. But I think you're right. Eli Barnes, he's, not the GOAT of the SRL, but he's definitely in the conversation. And he lost his Origin jersey to Dingo earlier in the season. And I guess he just wants to sort of prove that, he still is that guy. And we're yet to see it. Not this season, but definitely yet to see it so far tonight as Keane plays the ball on the fifth tackle. This would be the last chance the Tigers have with the ball. And Luke Thompson just decides to run it. So they don't want to risk the big kick return right on the break of half time when the forwards are tied in the middle. So Storm are going to have to ruck it out from their 30-metre line. That's not pretty. Not pretty. No. Wilbert cleans up. He's used his head there. I think he actually must have just been fresh on the field and just wasn't quite warmed up. And look, they've dodged one there, the Storm.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for that really big prop head, the Tigers might have had one last chance. But with the way they're playing tonight, that's Oldfield.
Oh, Oldfield straight past Barnes. Wow, the Storm have not let the opportunity slip there. So great ball movement. I thought that was a hit of destruction. He came in behind his own player to break that line. And then, Mav Oldfield straight past Eli Barnes. You don't see that too often. Storm are going to be up 24-0 to close this halftime out.
And I can hear Riley Murray up
screaming
there right now, screaming with the Storm number 7 running a blocking line just then and stopping the Tigers from actually being able to get that the dive tackle off. So A bit of controversy to lead us into the halftime break, but as you said, 24-0. It's going to be an electrifying second half.
Yeah, we'll see that TBC replay, and can't tell if that was inside or outside shoulder. Not sure if the referees even care about that in the SRL, but they didn't have a problem with that try. And you know what? I liked it. I'm going to give that a green flag, play on. If it happened against the Dolphins, I'd probably have a completely different opinion, but I just like to see some attack on football.
And we definitely got that in this half. So the Tigers, if they want to do anything during the halftime break, what do you think they need to do, Snicker?
Yeah, I think they went into halftime scoreless last week as well, if I remember correctly, or at least close to it. So moving on to next week, the first halves are going to be a bit of a worry as Storm go into this one 24-0 up.
Hello, NRL Hotel. How can I help?
Yeah, g'day. I'd like to organise an early checkout, please.
How does the 60-minute mark of the grand final sound?
Perfect.
But I booked a final spot in round 10.
So it looks like that was cancelled in round 13. So if you could just move aside, though, we've got some genuine top 8 teams about to check in. There you go.
What?
All the best.
Really?
Penthouse.
Oh, you have got to be joking.
Going up the was?
Nah, down.
Yo!
So we've had some complaints. Is there any chance you can wrap this party up soon?
Yeah, sure. Just give us another couple of seasons, all right?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Is that all you're going to do to stop them?
Better than you managed.
Yes, Rooms. Yeah, send up another 5 utility players, please.
Right away, sir. And shall I send up some more Panthers?
Ooh, sounds delish.
Any baggage, sir?
Yeah, heaps. Try 38 years worth.
Jeez Louise.
Can I help you?
Yeah, actually, got any wins against top 8 teams in here somewhere?
I just have towels.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Hey SRL fans, want to support the league further? Join the Simulation Rugby League Patreon. Get exclusive access to additional content, early access to league releases and supporter-only giveaways and upgrades. Whatever you're looking for, we have something for every fan. When you become a Patreon, you're more than just a spectator. You're a crucial part of our team. Your support helps us keep delivering the high-quality matches and content that you love, and it ensures that we can keep the SRL experience growing for fans of all ages. It's super simple. Head to our Patreon page, pick the tier that's right for you, and you're in. Every bit of support helps us grow and makes the SRL an even better place for everyone. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to Wagga Wagga. I'm Snicko Bro, still by AMAC, joined by AMAC, and we saw an enthralling first half. 24-0. Look, not something that I saw coming, but you got to love some champagne football, some free-flowing attack, and hopefully the Tigers can just step up to the mark in this second half, AMAC.
Yeah, well, and if the Tigers want to walk away with the lollies today, they're going to have to do some record-breaking comeback here because 24-0 is not a deficit that you want to have to try to come back from. But that's a great start there if they are going to work down the field and put some things on the line. Yeah,
forget getting away with the chocolates. I just reckon they're going to want to find some pride. The Tigers, it's often the Lions that have the pride, but the Tigers at the moment, 2 games in a row, they've been held scoreless in the first half. And I think that moving on in that season, it's not a trend that they're going to have carry on. So they really want to kick off in this second half. And yeah, Riley Murray, he's going to play 35 minutes in this second half. I reckon he could be the man. Pair him up with Sam Lillard. It's a destructive prop combo, but they're just not really getting going at the moment. So I think that if the forward pack of the Tigers can get moving, McKinnon only had 29 run meters at half time, and he can go for 300 in a game. So that's a terrific job from the Storm to hold him there. There's just too much firepower sort of thing in this Tigers team for them not to get going in the second half, and you've got to think they will. Will they come back 24 points? I doubt it, but we should see some football nonetheless as Remy gets a high tackle, and he had an enormous amount of run meters in his first 18 minutes, and he's just picked up another 30 there. So after his demotion back to the bench, he could be looking at a prop stint again, the starting prop stint.
Yeah, 80 run meters in 18 minutes is nothing to be sneezed at from a bench prop. And considering he's still got his head on after that high tackle, he could be one of those players that really pushed the Storm over the top on their journey towards 40 points tonight, Snicker.
Yeah, journey towards 40. I think that's, a good spot for him as Hogan goes really close to scoring there. You got to think the way this game's going, the Storm will score again here as Will Kay gets it. He's pushed backwards in a good drive tackle there, so it won't be him that scores. Third tackle now, they're going to go left again. They go a 2-pass out to Kane Nielsen. He's unable to really get anything going. So now, good defense from the Tigers so far, but they got 2 more tackles doing. It's going to be Remy. If anyone scores, he deserves one. He turned on his back and meter out from the line, so they're pretty close here. It'll be hard for one of the halves to get a grubber away with how close the defense is, but they get one through anyway. TBK is too good, and Kane Nielsen drops it. Kane Nielsen drops over the line, and Barnes is away. Barnes is going to go 125 metres here. TBK is trying to get to him, trying to clean up for his mistake, but he can't. Shut the gate. Eli Barnes has got the Tigers on the board.
And we were saying last half that they need to get Barnes back on the treadmill and running off down the field, and that's exactly what he's done. He only had about 60 metres in that first half, and he's already almost doubled that in just that run alone there, Snicker.
Yeah, that is a terrific Tigers try. He picked it up, 5 metres in his own goal. He's gone 105 metres there. Kane Nielsen, check those fingers. Too much butter at half time. I don't know how he didn't score, and that's a 12-point swing in this game.
Yeah, I think Nielsen, he had it on his platter there, and he dived, and I'm guessing he just dived a bit too showboaty. Went over the ball, clear over the ball, and Barnes just picked it up, and the Storm, celebrating, didn't realise he was already down the field until it was too late.
Yeah, valiant effort from TBK to get close to him, but Barnes is a speedster. You got to be better than close if you want to knock him off, and I think that Kane Nielsen, I'd have to check stats, but I don't think he scores too many tries, and that's a big opportunity missed for him and a big opportunity taken by Eli Barnes.
And, I don't want to jinx it or anything, but the comeback, Snicko, it might be on.
It's on. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of this game develops. As Rossini, he's come onto the field in hooker position. He fed it left to Haas, and I think when Kobe Kelly comes back, when Manu Fa'afili comes back on in that 60-minute mark, it's going to be him up against Big Mav. That could be a big one because Fa'afili had a really good first half. He had 130-something metres. Seemed to just find his front all the time as Riley Murray gets a little tackle break there. And we know how good Big Mav is at props. So between the two of them, they could go a long way to sorting out this game. As Mataus goes downfield, Corey Bell is going to have to chase it. He's been turned around big time here. So a good kick chase could pin the Storm in their own half. And Riley Murray gets the old teammate, and it's not a mean feat to stop Corey Bell on the first contact.
No. And, Riley Murray, he's doing what he can. He was the second leading run meter with 60 for his team at the end of the first half there. And that defence is probably what they need now. They need more of that because the Storm offloads, that's going to kill the Tigers for the rest of this half.
Yeah, they're actually really good at the Storm. Offloads aren't recorded, but from just looking at their games, you got to think they're one of the highest offloading teams in the comp. And we also saw back-to-back line breaks there. So they're getting a dart first K, then it was Kobe Kelly maybe. It was. He's got another one there, Kobe Kelly. So Eli Barnes and him are getting quite acquainted with each other with the amount of times they've ran into each other this game. They've got in position for a good kick now, and so it'll go up. It's James Thorne who kicks it. That's really well placed from James Thorne. They get the tap back, and Corey Bell's the one who taps it back, so he's not there to receive it. And so instead it's TBK, and man, I reckon they've just got their roles mixed up there.
Yeah, I think maybe relying on TBK to be able to muscle his way over the last 2 times he scored. So
maybe it was the right call.
Yeah, almost went for a hat-trick there, but the Tigers now, they're fighting desperately out of their half.
Yeah, they definitely are, as now Lillard gets it and he's going to go forward. He plays 40 minutes straight here, Lillard, so big motor on the man, and I reckon he can get some things done. They go last one, but the right second row, I think that's Nielsen for the Storm, brings him down. They're in position for a 40-20 here, and it looks like they're going to go for it. That's a good angle from Tim James. He's got himself in a good position for the 40-20, but the bounce is not favourable. Corey Bell gets it on the jog, and he's past one here, Corey Bell. Barnes gets him. It's high-octane football at the moment, AMAC.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you want to see. Not if you're a Tigers fan. You want the Tigers to be scoring quick and multiple times. But as a neutral, this is great attacking footy here, Snicker.
Yeah, there's Wilmot with another offload. If Thorne got the fend away, that's lights out. So great tackle there and cover. But the offloads, they're killing the Tigers at the moment. And Thorne's going to play it. He's not a dummy half, so of course it's Bell. And Kay just gets leveled by Lillard. That's what happens when you put a halves in a forwards role. You don't send a ute to do a high-lux job. You don't send a half to do a locks job. As now Wither gets pushed backwards. He's 12 metres out from the line now, 13 metres out. They got a chance for an attacking kick yet again, the Storm, and they've peeled off some pretty good ones here. It's going to be TBK. 2 pass out to Wither. He bombs it. Looks like it's well placed. But Ben O'Donnell's underneath it. TBK follows through in the chase. He might have been offside, actually, within 10 metres, but the referees have missed that. And so the Tigers get out of danger again.
Although, having said that, the Tigers, second tackle, they're not even out of their 10 yet, so they've got to do something to break up through the line, because the Storm, they might keep them within 20 or 30.
Yeah, this is the big D job. They've really marked it up here. You're not wrong. And Murray tries to do it himself down that short side, but unable to do so. He looks like that left second rower when he burst onto the scene in the mines. But in the prop roll now, as Lillard gets it, and they're not even going to make their 40-metre line. You've got to think with the wingers back, there's no danger of 40-20. So this Storm team, they've done a really good job the last 5 minutes or so to just dominate field position since that Barnes try. And maybe they can capitalise here as Matthews goes downfield to Kobe Kelly, who's popped back up on that wing position, and he beats one there, Kobe Kelly, but great cover defence from, I think that's Nathan Haas, I believe.
And the Storm already making their way into, lovely offload.
Yeah, Wilmot offloads again.
30. Yeah.
Yeah, Wilmot's been on fire since he's come back on the field in this second half. A couple of line breaks, a couple of offloads. And Murray gets one. Murray sits one down. That's a great hit from him, and this resulted in a changeover.
Yep, and I said it. Murray, he's got to rely on his defence here, and those impact tackles are what win games sometimes. So, what do we got? We got about 25 minutes left. Can the Tigers do it, Snicker?
Look, you never say never, and I'm not going to say it now, but they're certainly skiing uphill at the moment. It's tough work, but things like that big hit from Murray, that's the kind of thing that can change momentum. And just like that, the Tigers are in the Storm half for like the first time all game, and Barnes has got a line break, so he's galvanised his team here, Murray, with that big hit. A good run here could see him in position for an attacking kick, so they send it out to Luke Thompson. He goes to Lillard, and he's going to push forward, fall over that 20-metre line, so a bomb could be the play here. Where are the playmakers? He swings around to the right there, Matthews. He's going to put it high. Corey Bell backs away from it. He doesn't want the contact, Corey Bell. And so, but he gets it. Now he's in the backfield. Corey Bell, mastermind, just let the Tigers play get so close to that ball, then scoops it up one-handed, right hand out in the mid, and he's downfield.
I would hate to see the pulse tracker on K right now, because watching Bell do that gave me a heart attack.
That was a gamble, wasn't it?
They're 50-50s. Half the time you see the attackers score those ones. So,
speaking of 50-50, back to Bell again. You got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold him. And Storm are playing all the right moves at the moment. They go left again out to Wilburn. And he's through another hole. Ryan Wilburn. Will he offload? No, this time he doesn't for the first time all game. But what a 20-minute stint from him since he's come back on the field, just being the dominant forward. Him and Murray just been going at each other all game. And now it's Bonzakahu downfield, and he's going to turn Ben O'Donnell around. But he gets there and takes it. He's going to beat the first line of defence there, Ben O'Donnell. Corey Bell gets taken out by the ref slightly, but it means that he ushers O'Donnell almost into touch, millimetres away from touch. And now Luke Thompson gets it. Man, you'd love to have Ash Crutcher there, the right second rower, just to burn through the backfield. But, of course, he wears different colours now. And now it's James. He goes out to Lillard, and he gets pushed backwards there. So it really is. It's Murray versus Wilmot at the moment. Former prop partners at the Storm. And here's Murray almost straight through a hole. He gets jumped on by Mason Remy, I believe. I'd have to check the numbers there. Where the Tigers are slowly working their way into better field position. McKinnon gets it. I'd like to see a big break from him. I'd like to see a 95-metre run from him. Lachlan McKinnon, we know he has it in him, but just hasn't really sparked this game or last game, in all honesty. As they go downfield again, Mav Oldfield, he beats one. How good's he been tonight? But he's brought down eventually. I think that could be McKinnon making the tackle, so defence has still been good for him. And with 20 seconds left until these prop subs come on, can Wilmot make another break? No, but Nielsen can. A great run from Kane Nielsen. And the offload, man. Hey, Mac, have you ever seen a Storm offload as much as a team offload as much as the Storm tonight?
No, this has got to be... I hope someone out there is manually picking off the offloads, because we all love to know those sorts of stats, and unfortunately it's got to be those sorts of manual recorders to do it for us. But that offloading game, that has got the Storm well within an attacking kick, and you'd think that if they can get across, score from this kick, that is putting the kibosh on any possible comeback tonight.
Yes, TBK goes high, and I actually was counting the offloads. Ben O'Donnell in the backfield here, no, he gets jumped on. I was counting the offloads by the Storm, but I ran out of fingers and I ran out of toes because they're just going way too fast. And now McKinnon, there he is, McKinnon into the backfield. This is what you want. You always collect it, don't play a sub you want, but a good 35 metres there from McKinnon. That's what we need from him as this game goes on. If the Tigers would have any kind of chances. Mav Keller now back on the field as well. Goes down the short side. Cyrus Marks gets the offload away to Zach Brown. Oh, I thought he was away there, Zach Brown, but they just jumped on his back. And now Cyrus Marks popping up on the midfield. He goes to McKinnon again. So 20 minutes, 18 minutes to go in this game. They're going to have to really pull the finger out the Tigers if they want to get over the top of the storm here. As Tim James gets it. He's only got 3 minutes left on the field before Murray comes back on to replace him. So he's going to want to have an impact here. But a great set from the Tigers. They've gone the length of the field. And it's the lad Matthews to put up a bomb. And that's really well paced. Kobe Kelly's underneath it. Kobe Kelly takes it. 7 tackle set. It's a game of inches sometimes, Mac, and that one's falling in favour of the Storm.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Tigers, not enough inches there. They could have got there.
I've heard that before.
The Chasers just not really giving themselves a chance there. So almost 15 minutes left, and I can hear Riley Murray on the bench waiting to come back on, screaming, hit them hard, and try to turn the ball over because they're running out of time.
Yeah, I'm just not sure about kicking to Kobe Kelly. We saw him take one in attack, 50 minutes ago, and I don't think he's got one in defence. So do they go to Oldfield? Is that the play next up? Because I think Kobe Kelly has been on one tonight. You wouldn't want to put the ball near him.
Oh, the other problem is Oldfield is the winger who screamed off down the field and got around Barnes.
Oh, not wrong. Not wrong. Danger on both sides.
Yeah, and you don't want to kick it to Bell because he can scream up through the middle. Maybe they try for a couple of
grubbers.
Grubbers or trick plays here or there. But 65 minutes in, we're about to see another interchange. So let's see what happens.
Yes, Tim James gets it. That'll be his last run for the game. Tim James, he's been strong, but they're still down 18 points, so not strong enough. As now Kelly gets on, he bumps off one, and he gets the offload away. Mav Keller, what are you doing? Equip with it with the sidestep. The halfback pulling out the sidestep. We'd love to see that. Or is he in the centres now?
Sure, let's just say that.
Yep, it looks like he's still in the halves. Dummy pass. A dummy pass, of course. It just looked like a sidestep. Equipped with it, doing all the right things at the moment as Guys gets it. Third tackle here for the Storm. They're in great position. Can they get a little barge over try? They go to Bell. He goes out to with it, but can't get over the line. 3 meters out here, the Storm. They got a great chance. They go right. Crash play, James Hogan. No, he turns it back inside. I think there was a touch from the Tigers, but it's ended up in Nielsen's hand, and there's that try that he was, I wouldn't say robbed of, but there's the try he left behind only 20 minutes ago.
And I, for one, love seeing a bearded man, a hirsute gentleman there getting across the line. Probably another 5 meters further out from where he wanted to score it, but TBK's been okay with the boot tonight, and if he does it again, it could be 36, and unfortunately, Tigers fans, it looks like we're heading into back-to-back losses.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that kick was from TBK. Not what I was going to say, but I'm definitely not sure what that kick was. I was about to say Kane Nielsen, big bald man with a beard. I'm not sure what Mines team he came through. He probably looks like a bear to me, but that might have been past his time. He might have been sort of in that blue tongue era from a couple of seasons ago. But you're right, he does look good, Kane Nielsen, especially with that beard. And that could be the try that wins the game for the Storm. That really puts the cherry on top.
And what have we got? We got 13 minutes left. The question is, how many more can the Storm put on? Because they've got some fresh props on the field now, and I think they might be tasting blood in the water there.
Yeah, Far Philly just watched for 20 minutes as his side just eked out not quite the win that they were looking for. They were sort of struggling that first 20 minutes, and Tigers, they weren't scoring points, but they were certainly holding it with it. Far Philly was dominant in the first half. He's going to try and come back and leave his mark again. As now it's Nielsen. He goes inside the Bell, and he goes straight past. I think that's with the orange headgear. That'll be Riley Murray. Straight past him. Brought down eventually 45 metres out from the line. Bonzakahu gets it, goes short ball. Logan Guys. He juggles it a couple of times, but he's eventually comes down with it, so no error there. They're going to look to go short side. They are. TBK with a punt kick. Turns into more of a chip kick, and Barnes. Oh, I thought he was away there, Barnes, but brought down the 40-metre line. You got to say, still great field position.
Yep. And a little bit of a tidbit here for you, Snicker. I've just been passed a note from our statisticians. Kane Nielsen, he was a Raven down in the mines, and you know what Wagga Wagga stands for?
Wagga Wagga, no. I actually try and avoid that place as much as I can.
Well, Wagga Wagga in its native language means place of crows. So it's fitting that the Raven here tonight scored in the place of crows.
Yeah, I still think he's a bear, though. As now Lachlan McKinnon goes straight through. gets the offload to Matt Oos, brought down 5 metres out from the line. That's what we want to see from Lachlan McKinnon. They've put the Tigers in position with a kick here. They go to Murray, and he's going to bomb it. This could be a little crossbar kick from Murray. No, Marley Arkey comes down with it. Great kick, Riley Murray. Try assist, and Arkey comes down with a try, adding a bit of respectability back to this scoreline.
Well, you can't fault Riley Murray. He's putting 16 other Tigers on his back and trying his hardest to get his team across the line. But with less than 10 minutes left to go, 16, probably 16 points to score. I think we're just playing for points differential now, Snicko.
Oh yeah, definitely. Tigers, they'll be what, 4-4 after this? Is that correct? So they're back to an even record.
Yeah, back to the still probably in the top 8, and maybe not the top 4, depending on how the rest of the round goes.
Yeah, but I think there was 8 teams on 8 points coming into this round. They're going to stay there, so they're in a dogfight at the moment, and yeah, dogs beats cats, I believe, which is unfortunate for the Tigers. A lot of teams coming through. I think Broncos versus Manly this week as well. Both those teams are on 8 points, so that's one team that will jump them at least. And you're right, we'll have to wait and see other results as Mav Caleb brings us back. But they started really brightly, the Tigers, and there's no doubt they can get back to that, but they've sort of let it slip the last couple of weeks. And they're going to look to work it out here. They go right now. Rossini goes to McKinnon. Oh, there we go. A little tackle break from McKinnon. But he's still brought down there by James Hogan. So, quit with it. So it doesn't amount to too much. As Matt Oos gets it now. He goes out to Murray, and he's really charging forward. Finds his front there. Good momentum. A couple of metres. They spin it left now. Out to McKinnon again. And, I'm just waiting for that big line break for him. That 300-metre sort of effort. A few of them add up to those huge games he was having, but yet to really get one. Kane Nielsen's had him in his pocket since he's come on at half-time. They punt downfield now. He goes to Mav Oldfield, and he's going to go straight past one. Of course he does, before he's brought down by the kicker himself, I believe. So a great set from the Tigers after points, but I could almost be too little too late.
Yep, and I suppose that's what the night's been. They've had their chances, the Tigers, but unfortunately they've either coughed it up or they've not been able to ice those chances, and the Storm have iced almost every single chance they've been given. So SRL, as you said earlier, it's a game of inches, and you've got to take your inches when you can.
Exactly, as Wilmot, he's back on the field as well, and we saw how good he was in his first 20 minutes. Maybe he could get something going in the last 6 minutes. Nielsen's turned inside with that little switch play, and he's going to be brought down on the 5th tackle, so they're going to have to punt here, the Storm, and that's exactly what they do. Quit with it downfield to Cyrus Sparks, and I'd like to have seen more from him this game. We know how good he is. There he is. Cyrus Marks gets away here. Bell's wrapping him up. He's getting closer and closer. But Cyrus Marks is winning the battle so far. Bell's going to get to him, just brought down on the 10-metre line. That's a nice 90-metre run from Cyrus Marks. That'll certainly boost the stats a little bit. They go short side again now. It's going to be Arcade looking for a double. TBK gets him though up top, stops the momentum. Now they're going left, and a huge hole for Nathan Haas to stroll through. A huge hole.
I said earlier I love watching a bearded bloke score, but I also love a rookie score, and I think that might be Nathan Haas's first of the season, first of the career there, Snicker.
Yeah, give me that 1-8. Storm 1-8, exactly what I'm after. So keep it going, Tigers. Nathan Haas, he's a 99 speed second row. I think he's a centre primary. Comes off the bench, so he can play wherever he wants, really. And some good tactical now from the Tigers to just get that speed in that right second row. We know how dangerous it can be, and a huge hole there. And look, honestly, you could have had a 80-speed prop there. They weren't closing that one, the Storm.
And there we go. We're back to 10-point deficit.
One more try, Tigers. One more try.
Or a penalty. Either one works.
Oh, I'll take anything. Yeah, it's going to be TBK kicking off. And it was 24-0 at half-time, so Tigers have won this second half 18 points to 4, which is nothing to be sneezed at. If they can just throw away that atrocious first half, would you say? I'm not really sure how to describe it. 24 points to 0 is not a pretty place to be sitting. They certainly got it together in the second half. So, look, neither team are going to come out of this one happy. Of course, Storm will get the win, but the second half has been not pleasing from them. Whereas the Tigers, they've certainly got a bit of momentum going into next week. As now Nathan Haas, there he is again, straight downfield, and he gets the offload away and a pass away. Marley Arkey almost into the backfield. Someone's just robbed me of 60 Muzz Queens there. Queens there, no, not Muzz Queens, of course, they're from betting. It's now Thompson gets it downfield. They're going to have a chance here to score again, the Tigers. Back-to-back sets, potentially. If they can get a big run or two, to finish this set. They go inside to Barnes, and there it is. Barnes it into the backfield. Oh, I thought he could offload to Rossini there, but he couldn't. Nonetheless, fourth tackle, 11 metres out from the line. They go right. A two pass out to Arkey, all the way out to Ben O'Donnell. He's straight past one. Can he fall over the line, Ben O'Donnell? No, a couple of metres short. A big kick coming here. Who do they go to? It's going to be... Honestly, not exactly sure what happened there. It looked like a player was offside and he had to avoid him with the kick, maybe?
I think they decided to play a bit of soccer just then.
Yeah. Innovative play from the Tigers. Didn't come off in the end, but you're probably not going to see anything like it again in the SRL. As now with it goes Shawball to Farfilly, and he's been ginormous this game. And the offload to TBK. Oh, I thought he was into the backfield there, TBK. We've seen him do it before, break the tackle and run the field. But not to be. As now Wilmer gets it. He goes out to with it all the way to Corey Bell. Straight through a couple of players there. Corey Bell were brought down eventually. 50 seconds left in this game. The Storm are going to get all the 2 plays left. They go to with it. He's brought down. This is it for either team. This punt kick from the Storm. Last chance of any chance of points here. But you got to think it's a real moot point in the game overall. They go to Ben O'Donnell. And he gets on the run. He's straight past one Ben O'Donnell. But Corey Bell's going to get to him. No, he's not. Corey Bell ankle taps and misses him. But it doesn't matter in the end. The siren goes and Melbourne are going to run out. Well deserved. 28 points to 18 winners over a real lackluster Tigers.
And an absolute heartbreak, not just for a Tigers fan, but also for anyone who...
Don't get me started.
Anyone who went Storm 1-8. So if you went Storm 9-18, well done tonight for seeing in your crystal ball or spinning your wheel to figure it out. But there is our end of game scoreline there.
Yeah, and we'll look at some stats. Yeah, 55% possession to 45. That felt about right. Completions relatively the same. Tackles 20 more for the Tigers. That felt about right. But the line breaks 44 from the Storm. That's ginormous against only 33 for the Tigers. 33 is still a real respectable number, but when you're conceding 44, that is dangerous. And of course, a couple more errors and penalties for the Tigers, which is not pretty for them. I will flick over to some individuals. And yeah, Corey Bell, he was big, 222 metres, a try assist to try, a couple of line breaks, in fact 9, which could almost be the record, I believe. Line breaks in a game, we'll have to check that one later on. Who do you like to highlight, Anthony?
I want to highlight Farfilly. 60 minutes, 162 run metres. He was breaking the line almost every chance he was given the ball. 5 line breaks there from second row is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, and then Wilmot as well, 136 metres, 5 line breaks. We don't track offloads. I wish we did because he was big. And then James Thorne, 25 tackles and none missed. He's a rock. He's the best hooker in the game for a reason. He's shown it again here tonight. And for the Tigers, Eli Barnes, he had next to nothing at half-time. Of course, he ran 105 metres in one play, so that's going to bolster his stats, but 207 metres, still pretty good. A tackle break, 5 line breaks. Ben O'Donnell as well, 7 line breaks, 198 metres. Mobiston in his debut for the Tigers, 20 metres, 14 tackles, 1 missed. What do you reckon, Mac? Did you win that trade?
I'm not going to say I won that trade because both teams got what we wanted out of that trade. And sure, he only ran 20 metres, but he had 14 tackles and he only missed 1. So if you don't get running metres out of your forwards, you at least want them to tackle, and that's what Mobiston did.
Yeah, speaking of tackling, Tim James, 26, but only the 91 metres, so they kept him quiet here tonight, and that's no mean feat. And I suppose it's that tackle count that really made him not sort of climb up the metre leaderboard like we've seen him do in the past, whereas McKinnon, he had 29 in the first half, so he ran for 130 in the second half, 120, with 3 line breaks. That's hopefully a promising return to form from him. A couple of games off, but he'll be back on it next week, hopefully. That's all we have time for here tonight in Wagga Wagga. Thanks for joining us on Monday Night Football. A pleasure as always. Catch you tomorrow for some more SRL action.